The beginning of this week's Parsha, the Torah tells us, oh, thank you. The beginning of this week's Parsha, the Torah tells us that Bnei Yisrael are going to be counted. And the pasuk says, Ki Sisa rosh Bnei Yisrael lefkudehem. When you're going to go ahead and count all of Bnei Yisrael, make sure not to count them directly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't do that. Rather, v'nasnu ish kofer nafsho Hashem b'fkodosam. Each person should give a kofer. And what is that? The machzis a-shekel, should give a half a shekel coin in order to be counted. And the pasuk says, v'lo yeh behem negef b'fkodosam. And therefore, by counting in this fashion, not by counting everyone's head, but counting the half a shekel coin, that is going to prevent some type of plague or difficulties that are going to come and fall the Jewish people. So we see that there's this issue, an issue with counting Bnei Yisrael. And as Rabbi Bachai points out in the beginning of this week's Parsha, that this protects Bnei Yisrael. That if a person is singled out, we say, you're number 1, you're number 2, you're number 3. Singling them out is what causes the problem. When we're part of a whole, we're part of a group, when there's a certain achdus, a certain unity, so each individual's flaws, etc., fall out. You don't see it as clearly. When we're part of something, this new entity, which never did anything together, or never existed before, so all of a sudden we're superior and beyond the natural order of the world. That's one of the reasons why davening with a minyan is so important, because when we come with our own personal tefillah, so there's almost like a very direct, microscopic view on us. Like, does he deserve it? Does he not deserve it? Is he genuine? Is he not genuine? But when I come to daven with a bunch of other people, and we're all davening together, so then it changes the whole outlook and the whole power of our tefillah. Again, the importance of davening together with a minyan. But the Rabbeinu Bachai says something a little bit different as well, and the Malbim here explains, and I highly encourage whoever could take a look at the Malbim to see the full gamut of his explanation, but he says as follows. Rabbeinu Bachai says that when a person is counted on his own, so you can't have a bracha bichal on him. We all want bracha in our lives, want as much a blessing as possible. But if I am a single individual, and we start counting individual people, we lose the ability to receive bracha. Why is that? As Chazal tell us, because eina bracha shora b'davar hamadud v'lo b'davar hamanui. Something that's measured, there's a certain exact amount, you can't go ahead and have a bracha bichal in it. The Gemara says in other places, eina bracha shruya al b'davar hasamui min ha'ayin. That bracha cannot fall on something unless it's hidden from the eye. When something is super clear, this is what it is, 7 people, 37 people. It's like everything's so clear, so then bracha can't be chal on it. Why not? Well, why is that? Well, why can't, it's like some mystical thing, why can't it be that a bracha exists on something that is clear, evident, out in the open? So the Malbim here explains as follows. Because Hashem doesn't act towards us with nisim geluyim, revealed miracles. And that was a time in the Midbar when we left Mitzrayim, we got the Torah, even when we entered Eretz Yisrael during the times of the first Beis HaMikdash. Things were very open up in the air. There was very, very clear miracles going on. But nowadays we don't live like that. We have miracles daily in our lives, all the time. The fact that I'm able to speak and you're able to listen and we're able to breathe is all a miracle. We have miracles left and right happening throughout our day, but they're hidden. They're not open and towards the public. So he explains as follows. He says, the second you go ahead and you say, 37 people, and now you want a bracha that those 37 should turn into 50, 70, 80. So every jump, every move is going to be a revealed miracle. How that happened? A second ago, there were only 37 people here, and all of a sudden there are more. It becomes much more revealed, the miracles that Hashem is performing. If I know in my bank I have $5,000, crystal clear, and then all of a sudden Hashem wants to give me another 100. So all of a sudden I see it jumped to 100. That's an open miracle. Where did that come from? But if I don't really know exactly how much money, I'm not saying you shouldn't be responsible, but if I don't know exactly how much money I have, maybe here, maybe there, all of a sudden, Hashem makes a move this way, and all of a sudden I get a birthday present for that amount of money. All of a sudden I have this extra amount of money. I wasn't paying attention exactly. I didn't see the jump exactly that clear. The level of the Nes Galui, the revealed miracle, is lessened, and that's the way Hashem operates. So when Hashem wants to give a bracha means, the word bracha means to increase, right? We've spoken about this once before. The root of the word bracha, Beis Reish Chaf, the Maral tells us Beis is 2, Reish is 200, Chaf is 20. They're all double its individual unit. It's about taking something that already exists. It's not a yesh me'ayin from a 0 to 100. It's something that already exists. It might be something there, and then it increases. So if I want something to be increased, and I want it to be increased in a way that the way Hashem conducts the world these days, that it's hidden, it's not crystal clear, it's not out open in the public, I want to try to make that initial principal amount, or that thing that I'm hopefully getting to be blessed, to be one that it's a little bit hidden. That's the only way to have bracha. And therefore, says the Malbim, when I go ahead and I count the people and I say, this is specific, this is the amount of people. So the bracha can't flow through that because it's out in the open and super clear. And therefore, we do it like in a roundabout way. You give them a shekel, then they count the half a shekels, and then they see what the number is. But it's not directly clear out in the open, and bracha is able to fall on the Jewish people. This is something very... it might sound obvious to us, but in the world that we live in today is far from it. We live in a world that everything is about everyone knowing about it. Right? The second someone gets engaged, one of the most important things at the engagement is that there's someone there to take pictures. Because if you don't take the picture that you could immediately send out to the whole world, so almost like you didn't get engaged. Someone might find out tomorrow, chas v'shalom, and not today. Right? Chas v'shalom, someone gives birth on Shabbos. You can't take a picture of the baby when it's in the basin right there. A whole part of the amazing experience of birth is lost. Obviously, that's crazy, right? But people think like that. I didn't have a camera. Someone asked me, can I have the nurse take the picture if the baby's born on Shabbos? What? Forget the picture. Who cares? Sit there and just experience the incredible bracha that came about from that moment. People give an anniversary present, or they give something to their wife. Why does everyone have to know about what that present was? Why does it have to all of a sudden become public? So the reason is because, unfortunately, we're not into the idea of intimacy, of going ahead and just having a moment, a private moment with a friend, with a relative, with a spouse, just appreciating the incredible value of just having that privacy and the bracha that comes with it. The second I feel like I need someone else to approve of the present that I got, and the person on the outside to say how amazing and lucky I am to have this spouse, and someone else to go ahead and tell me how amazing it is I got into this school or I got into that. Everything is about the outside making me feel good. We lose a tremendous amount of the bracha that exists in keeping things private. And that's what the lesson over here of the Machzah Shekel is. That yes, we need to know. It's actually the Rishonim speak out. It helps us to know in a powerful, ruchni, spiritual way, to have the entire Jewish people to say this is the amount of the people, it's all one unit, and this is what it contains. Fine, but let's not focus on the positive of that. The negative of the negef, the downside of going ahead and saying 1, 2, every one individual, and counting the number and having those numbers clear as day out in the open, takes away from the hiddenness, from the intimate nature of what's going on. And this is something that we have to incorporate into our lives. It doesn't mean that we can't talk to other people about what's going on in our life, and doesn't mean we can't have friends, and doesn't mean we shouldn't be sharing. Everyone knows that in order to have a very healthy and dynamic relationship, sharing is crucial. But we have to try to think, why is it that I'm sharing what I'm sharing? Is it that I'm sharing because I want to connect with you, and therefore I want you to understand me better, know what I'm about, that we could do things greater together? Okay, that's one level of sharing. If the reason I'm sharing with you is so that you could pat me on the back and make me feel good, then there's already something that's lacking, because I should feel good about the good thing that I did on my own. Without someone else telling me Yasher Koach, without someone patting me on the back, without someone then going ahead and telling, I don't want to tell anyone, I'm just going to tell you, but I'm davening that you tell someone else. I really wish that this could get leaked, that I went ahead and did this thing. No, that's bad. That means that we're losing the value of what it means to keep things private. So as we engage in relationships, and we engage in more chesed, and more learning, and pushing ourselves to higher growth, we always have to remember this idea. It's not about what other people are going to see. It's not what other people are going to talk about. It's not what about other people are going to get all excited and put me on a pedestal. That's not what it's about. It's about trying to value the actions that we do for what it is. Hashem knows. Hashem has that clear. And the more that we're able to keep those things private, the more holy they will be, the more powerful they will be, and the more they will enable HaKadosh Baruch Hu to continue to shower us with all the bracha that we all deserve from everything that we do. Shavua Tov.